Hi everybody and welcome to Just 5 Minutes with John and Mark. And John, I know you've got your potted plant with you today. Extremely good props there. And we're just gonna jump to a slide to set the scene. And I'll just share this one, John. We're talking today about dealing with uncertainty. And I wonder if you want to just jump on that pyramid there and explain some of the dilemmas of uncertainty.
Yeah, so it's a good point. Uncertainty is one of the known psychological factors that affects every area of our life. So it comes at the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because if we're not uncertain about anything, then we don't have our basic needs met. So on our pyramid here, it's going to fit very much into the well-being area. And it will affect things like how we communicate, our personal skills. It will affect how we manage. It will affect how we lead. And then also our vision for our company. If we're not certain of ourselves or the future, we can't be effective in anything that we do.
And there's a massive amount of uncertainty about at the moment. I heard on the news that, and I can't recall the source for this, but the claim was around about 65% of 25-year-olds and below in work are showing some signs of mental stress. I think the word was mental illness, but definitely mental stress. And that is really quite shocking. And it's all to do with the uncertainty of the economic future, the return to work, and people are at all levels quite shaky now. They are quite shaky. It's something that you said was trending last week on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's right. About uncertainty of the future, linked to things like rumination, something exactly like you said, overthinking. Overthinking is a known cause of stress. And is another reason that things like mindfulness have become very popular, because it helps with that ruminating area. But yeah, trending on LinkedIn at the moment is all about uncertainty in business and for our future.
So 3 quick tips then we brought together, John. Tip number 1, if you're a leader of any type, even a team leader, how do we deal with this area of uncertainty? And our recommendation is bring certainty. Now, we may not be able to bring certainty about the future of the business or what's going to happen in every detail, but within our uncertainty, our role as leaders at every level of leadership is to bring what certainty we can bring, John. That's what I would suggest. So what can we rely on happening, even if we are moving towards an uncertain future? What are the steps that we're going to be going through? And as a leader, bringing certainty into people's lives is a very, very important responsibility at the moment. And I think that that's something which leaders should take very, very seriously, how they speak, or how we all speak, and how we communicate to bring as much certainty as we can bring into an uncertain situation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's great advice, Mark. My tip would be around acceptance. So the fundamental elements of resilience, which is what I tend to focus on, is about emotional control. And one of the ways that we can control our emotions, when I say control, I mean regulate our emotions so that we're not overwhelmed as much, is through acceptance. So we can't change a situation. It's easier for us to say, well, okay, we're in a pandemic, we can't change that situation, but I'm not going to fight against it. I'm going to accept that it's here. And through acceptance, the stress levels drop. I mean, all the research shows that. So my tip would be acceptance.
And yeah, I like that. I just keep looking at your potted plant, John. I think it's a really, really good addition. I've got to get one of those. Actually, there's another one in the corner there too. So the third tip, as I move away from potted plants, is for the individuals, not for the leaders. And that is, as an individual, if you're in an area of uncertainty, then choose something in which you can take control. And Tony Schwartz, you're a fan of Tony Schwartz, John, like me, with the 4 energy levels.
Yeah.
If you could remind us what those 4 levels are?
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
There we go.
Yeah, physical, emotional, spiritual, and I think cognitive was the last.
Yeah, cognitive and mental. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and those 4 arenas often is where we got one or more that showing more tendency towards uncertainty than other areas. And we've got a questionnaire, John, haven't we? That if people want to get a Tony Schwartz questionnaire, which is well worth doing to figure out where the stresses and the strains are. But what we can do is, of course, move to another area, such as physical and say, right, I'm going to get control of my physical life, my exercise, my routines, or emotional, I'm going to get control of that arena. So we may be experiencing uncertainty in some arenas, and the way through is choose areas where we can take control and bring some certainty. And discipline and uncertainty in one area tends to make us feel overall better with other areas. So there's 3 tips. Thank you very, very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.